Alright, what up YouTube? I would like to confidently say I feel like I'm getting better at this content stuff, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is answering this question. Why does it feel like the people closest to me want to drag me down? Why do the people closest to me want to see me fail? And I feel like this is a very universal thing. I feel like a lot of people can relate to this, and I feel like since I'm experiencing this straight up, I feel like I can answer this question pretty confidently, and I'll share a bit of tips on how I've been able to deal with it in a sense. First of all, let's understand the principle. Let's look at it from a more broader context. Why do insecure people, or people in general, when they see people rising, they want to drag them down? Comes down to a lot of reasons. One, it's confronting. One, it's intimidating. And another thing, it shows a mirror. Like, if you're the average person, obviously you clicked on this video, so you have real goals and achievements you want to achieve. But let's say you're the average person doing average stuff. You're not chasing anything bigger. When you see someone who's doing that, and I'll be honest, I'm not here to bullshit you. If I was the average person and I saw someone like myself out there getting a goal, that would really piss me off, because no one likes to see someone doing better than them. They like see people doing good, but not better than you. And that is a very harsh thing to admit, because it's so true. It's like asking, why does a ship sink when an iceberg or something punctures it? It's because the water floods into it. So using that same principle, or same mnemonic, or whatever you want to call it, people think if they can poke at you, try to trigger you in some way, they think they can make you sink. And to be honest, it works for a lot of contexts, but it only works if you believe what they say is true. That's why identity is so important in situations like this. Growing up, I always knew who I was, but the problem is I was very naive. So when people saw me doing stuff, or saw that I had potential to do amazing things, they would make me doubt my identity up front. One, because I was an easy target, and two, they knew they could get to me. But I didn't know this. I didn't even know human psychology or how it worked or all of that bullshit. But what I want to say is, if you're not grounded in your identity, anything people will say will drag you down immediately. You need to know who you are. And the hardest part about that is, it's an everyday thing. I always knew who I was, but I really needed it. Like, I needed to experience the hardship to prove to myself that I am that person, because I've always had to learn things the hard way. I'll talk about my journey in another video, but to keep it short, I was grinding so hard this semester, getting into my desired course, chasing my dreams, doing all that shit. And throughout the difficult journey, not only did people closest to me try to drag me down, but I found out who I really was. And so yeah, first thing you need to do is establish your identity, because once you know who you are as a person and what you're capable of, it's very hard for people to try and get to you. Not because they think they can, it's because you're so grounded in who you are, no matter what they say, it can't affect you, because it's not true. Another thing, you're probably experiencing this as well, the obnoxious, loud noise, when you're in chaotic environments. Have you ever noticed how people try to get louder? Like, in a weird way, they try to subconsciously grab your attention by either being loud or disruptive, or chatting bullshit about whatever. Sometimes maybe even talking crap about you behind your back, which is what I experienced today. It's very weird. It's like, that would piss anyone off. Don't get me wrong. If you're trying to do stuff that matters and you're in a very disruptive environment, it's very triggering. But understand this. There's two ways you can look at it. Now, with this knowledge that I'm telling you, you can look at it as in like, oh, okay, they're trying to get to me. Cool. I'm going to focus harder. I'm going to double down. Or you can view it as the universe is trying to test me to see, do I really want what I say I want? Because the higher you climb, the harder they're going to try and pull you down. It's so, I don't even know why they do it, but they just do. So one thing you need to be aware of is, when you really want to achieve your goals and you really want to get the stuff you want to get, just understand it's going to come with resistance. And a lot of this resistance is going to be very unpredictable, because let's really look at it. With me, I was prepared I knew when I started posting myself on social media, people would talk shit. I was prepared for that. So I thought all the resistance would be gone. But the thing is, the universe knows exactly what to test you with. So if you're prepared for the most obvious signs that things are gonna, the obstacles on your path, if you're very prepared for it, then it's not the test because you know what to do. The real test is the unpredictable. You could get you could witness somebody talking crap about you during a day, or maybe you could have a bad day, or I don't know what it is, but something's gonna try and drag you down, and it's how you react that is going to determine if you want what you say you want. And the last thing I wanted to say is kind of what I just said before. Always ground yourself in the why, and your why needs to be bigger than your own, in a way, selfish desires. But I would say if your why is kind of like mine, you're doing this because you know you're capable of doing more, and it's your duty to go and become that. Otherwise, it's a disrespect to your soul or your God or whatever you want to, or whatever it's important to you. Then it'd be very hard to drift course. It'd be very hard to, keep going when it does get difficult and when things do try to drag you down. So always ground yourself in your why. Your why is probably the most important one of them all, after identity. But I feel like once you've established your why, your identity becomes very clear. So anyway, this video is a lot longer than I wanted it to be, but I do hope it helps you because it helps me, and I'm trying to get better at this content stuff. So anyway, see you in the next one, soldier. Peace out.